Using public transport in a new city for the first time can be daunting. Whether you're traveling to Madrid as a tourist or you're planning on moving there, this guide is going to help you travel confidently and explore the city as a local. Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Teagan. My mom Johlene and I have been traveling in Europe with our family for years. We love sharing all our travel tips and insights with you, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated whenever we post a new video. In today's video, we're going to go through everything you need to know about getting around in Madrid. How to use the metro, which trains and buses to take, taxis versus ride sharing, and how all of these services work in detail for you to travel stress-free and truly be able to enjoy other aspects of your trip. Before we dive in, we've linked the blog post in the description packed with extra details that you can look back on whenever you need to. Check it out for more info. First of all, to use the metro, buses or Renfe Cercanías trains, you'll need a transport card. The most common is the Tarjeta Multi, which you can purchase and recharge at any metro station or tobacco shop. You can buy single tickets if you plan on walking a lot, but I recommend getting a transport pass if you plan on using public transport frequently, saving you both time and money. Madrid's metro map might look intimidating at first, but it's actually quite easy to use. Each line is color-coded and numbered with stations clearly marked, and transfer points between lines are showed as connected circles. For convenience, I've linked a digital version of the metro map in the description so you can plan your route in advance. Once you're inside the metro station, follow the signs for your chosen line and direction. Pay attention to the end station name on the signs, as this tells you which way to go. If you need to change lines, just follow the Correspondencia's transfer signs. When exiting, look for the Salida signs to reach the street level. Usually metro stations have different exits depending on which street you want to exit to. So if you're in a hurry, definitely get out the right exit. But they're not too far away from each other, so if you're not in a hurry, it's not a big deal. These are all things that seem really obvious, but if you've ever done this in a new country or you don't speak the language, it can be really overwhelming. Here's a quick guide to popular tourist spots and the metro lines you can take to get there. To get to the Palacio Real, the Royal Palace, you take line 2 and get off at Opera, or lines 3 and 10 and get off at Plaza de España and just walk a couple of minutes. If you want to go to Sol, which is the center of the city, you take lines 1, 2 or 3. Alternatively, you can get off at Sevilla, Gran Via or Callao and just walk. It's not far away. If you're going to Plaza Mayor, you can get off at Sol or Opera, which are on line 2, or Tirso de Molina on line 1. If you're going to visit Museo del Prado, you take line 1 and get off at Estación del Arte or Atocha, or line 2 at Banco de España or Retiro. The second two are a little further away, but it's just a short walk. While the metro is efficient, some lines are much busier than others. So keep a lookout for line 1, the blue line, that connects key hubs like Sol, Atocha and Chamartín. Line 2, which is the red one, passes through central areas like Sol, Retiro and Goya. Line 6, which is the circular line, the grey one, loops around the city, linking major transfer points. And line 10, dark blue, serves major hubs like Plaza de España and Chamartín. And finally, line 5, the green line, covers nightlife hotspots like Gran Via and La Latina. Sometimes one doesn't have a choice, but if you can avoid these times, I definitely recommend you do. That'll be weekday mornings from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. or evenings from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and on weekends from midday to 2 p.m. and in the evening or at night from 9 p.m. to midnight. Pro tip, the metro is quietest mid-morning from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and early afternoon from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. When using the Madrid metro, there are a few key etiquette rules to follow. Always stand on the right side of escalators to let others pass on the left. Let passengers exit the train before you board and avoid blocking the doors. Keep your voice down during the ride to maintain a calm atmosphere, and if you're carrying a backpack, hold it in front of you to save space. Finally, always give up priority seats for elderly passengers, pregnant women or those with disabilities. By the way, in the blog post we've added a list of all the apps we recommend you download when traveling in Madrid, so definitely check that out. Madrid's trains are run by Renfe and are called Cercanías. These trains travel throughout the whole city and connect the city with its outskirts, reaching places like Aranjuez, El Escorial and Cercedilla, areas where the metro doesn't go. The main stations are Atocha and Chamartín Clara Campoamor. Atocha is the city's largest and most important station. It's the central hub for all Cercanías lines and high-speed AVE trains to cities like Barcelona, Sevilla, Valencia and Malaga. Chamartín, on the other hand, serves as a key station for northern destinations like Bilbao, León, San Sebastián, and offers international routes to Portugal and France. Renfe Cercanías trains are a convenient and affordable way to get around Madrid and its surrounding areas. But how much does it cost? The fares depend on the zones you travel through. There are 6 zones. Just to give you an idea, Zone 0 costs €170 per trip and covers areas like the city center, so Sol, Gran Via, Atocha, and tourist attractions like Plaza Mayor, Retiro Park, the Royal Palace, and Museo del Prado. Fares to Zone 6 cost around €550 per trip, and this zone includes areas like Aranjuez, Alcalá de Henares, El Escorial, and Cercedilla, basically areas you would visit for day trips. Train etiquette is very similar to metro etiquette, if not exactly the same. If you wish to see the train schedules and map of the line, visit renfe.com. Quick pause here. I wanted to let you know about our digital travel planner shop. It's packed with planners and itineraries, including festive ones for Christmas, to make your trip super easy and stress-free. If that sounds like your kind of thing, check out the link in the description after the video. Okay, let's dive back in. In Madrid, the 2 main bus services are EMT buses and the ISA intercity buses. Here's a simple comparison to help you choose the right one. EMT runs the city's public buses and is your go-to for getting around central Madrid. These buses are affordable, convenient, and cover every corner of the city. Great for tourists looking to visit attractions and get around like locals. A single trip costs around €150 and transfers between buses and metro are free if using a transport pass. Line 27 runs along Paseo del Prado and Castellana, passing iconic spots like Prado Museum, Cibeles Fountain, and Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Line 146 links Retiro Park, Plaza Mayor, and the neighborhoods in central Madrid. And the Airport Express, Line 203, a direct connection between the airport and Madrid city center. Now for the green ISA buses. ISA runs intercity buses connecting Madrid to the surrounding suburbs and towns. Think day trips or destinations outside of the city center. These are perfect if you want to explore places like El Escorial, Alcalá de Henares, or small towns nearby. Prices depend on the distance and can be bought at stations or on the bus. A trip to nearby towns costs around €2 to €4. If you want to explore the stunning Royal Monastery in El Escorial, you're going to have to take bus 661 to San Lorenzo del Escorial. If you want to go to Alcalá de Henares to visit Cervantes' birthplace, then you're going to want to take bus 223 to Via Complutense Pintor Picasso. And if you want to spend the day in Aranjuez seeing the Royal Palace, which is one of the royal family's homes and stunning palace gardens, take bus 423 to the last stop, which takes around 40 minutes from Estación Sur. Take EMT buses if you're staying within Madrid, visiting the main attractions, or looking for an easy way to get around the city. Take ISA buses if you want to venture outside Madrid for day trips. Both services are reliable, so it all depends on whether you're staying in the city or heading out to explore. Here's a tip for the green ISA buses. If you're catching the bus from a stop that's not the starting point, remember that the schedule shows when the bus leaves the main station, not when it gets to your stop, so plan ahead so you don't miss it. Stretch out your arm as the bus approaches to signal it to stop, or the driver might pass by. Here's a simple comparison of taxis versus ride-sharing services like Uber or Bolt in Madrid to help you decide which is best for you. Easy to find, just flag one down on the street or grab one at a taxi stand. Regulated fares, prices are fixed by the city so no surprise charges. Airport flat rate, a set price of €30 between the airport and the city center. And no apps needed. Great for those without a smartphone or who prefer paying with cash or by card. Nowadays all taxis in Madrid accept cards. The language barrier, most drivers speak limited English, so knowing a little Spanish does help. And no upfront pricing, which is my least favorite con, which brings me to the pros of ride-sharing services. Upfront pricing. You know the cost before you get in, which is great for budgeting. They're easy to book, just a few taps on the app and your ride is on the way. No need to carry cash, everything is handled in the app. Some added perks, English-friendly apps, ride tracking, and vehicle options like luxury or eco-friendly cars. Surge pricing, costs can spike during busy times like weekends or late nights. You have to wait a few minutes for your ride to arrive. And limited drop-off and pickup. Some ride-sharing services can't stop at certain areas due to restrictions. Take a taxi if you want a quick, traditional option or are heading from the airport and don't want to deal with apps. Take a ride share if you prefer transparency with pricing, need an English-friendly experience, or want to avoid carrying cash. Both options are safe and convenient, so it comes down to your preferences and budget. Uber is the most popular option and is available all over Madrid community. Bolt, on the other hand, is a reputable, budget-friendly option that unfortunately doesn't reach certain areas outside of the city. In Madrid, the public bicycles and electric scooters are part of the BC MAD system, managed by the Madrid City Council and operated by EMT. Here's a breakdown of how it works and the costs. Download the official app called BC Mud. It's available both iOS and Android. The app lets you locate bikes or scooters, unlock them, and track your rides. You need to sign up on the app. Both residents and visitors can use the service, and you'll need a payment method to register. There's no specific time limit, but you're charged based on how long you use the bike or scooter. Take a screenshot of the prices to save it for later. BC Mud has numerous stations across the city where you can pick up or drop off bikes. Keep in mind that bikes must be returned to a BC Mud station, while scooters need to be parked in designated zones. Although the public transport system in Madrid is so great, the city center is quite walkable. For example, walking from Sol to Plaza Mayor takes 2 minutes. From Plaza Mayor to the Royal Palace, it takes roughly 10 minutes. From the Palace to Plaza de España, another 10 minutes. And from Plaza de España to Gran Vía, it's another 10 minutes. And back to Sol, it's 5 minutes. This means that you can see all these places without stopping in approximately 40 minutes. So if you're on a low budget, walking is definitely a viable option. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel videos in Europe and check out all the links in the description. Until next week, safe travels!